We are live. Buddy Fanatics FC. It's your boy Oski. I don't know why the Chelsea fan in the corner celebrating, but it's your boy Daryl Shippey.
Chelsea. We didn't play, man.
That's a win. That's a win.
I enjoy my weekend. I enjoy my weekend watching everybody fail. But what's up,
You
man?
got your boy B-Cats.
Yeah, it was good. Champions Leagues again.
And of course his counterpart, Champions League brother.
City boy.
He's
Hashtag City Boy.
Hashtag
Kidding,
Arsenal
kidding.
fan.
Kidding.
Hashtag I like good football.
Hashtag Union Berlin.
It's Enrique Alvarez. What's good though, boys? It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, man. It was episode 1.
Episode
Welcome
one.
To
episode 1 of Footy Fanatics FC.
What's good, bro? Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that.
Please,
all
I
that,
beg y'all.
please.
I know y'all watching.
Facts.
Good weekend.
It was.
Good weekend.
It was a
Get into that later. Good weekend.
nice jersey.
Why is it a good weekend?
It's just always a great weekend. Yo, FIFA today. Y'all, yeah, you see Newcastle play FIFA?
Fire.
Pass the sticks. Pass the stick. 10 minutes in, pass the
Yeah,
sticks.
it was like it wasn't even. You know when when FIFA when you was getting spanked and then you got to drop down to sliders, and increase your team's speed and all that.
Yeah.
That was the type of vibe. What was it? Minute 2, minute 6, minute 9,
Mhm.
and when was it?
It was
12?
It was 4. It was it 5 before 25?
Exactly. 5
5
0
goals
before
before
20.
25th minute.
Yeah, 5. Yo, that is.
That's a goal every 5 minutes.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I did the math. I'm like, yo, that's a goal literally every 4 to 5 minutes. Imagine.
But it's not even just the amount; it's the way they're doing it. It's so flowing. It's so dynamic. It's a good mixture between busting lace and skills. Like I'm really impressed by Newcastle.
Yo, but you think is it big up Newcastle or is it what Conte said 35 days ago was facts?
Damn, you got the timer on 35 days to the day.
Come on, I'm on it.
I think it's a mixture of both.
It's a mixture of both, but it's more Newcastle for me. I think they started the project, 2020?
20,
Yeah,
2020,
midway 2020,
exactly.
Eddie Howe comes in, and, bro, it looks like they're already in their second season under Eddie Howe's regime. They're going to get Champions League.
You gotta give it to what I see. You gotta give it to that board, to the new owners. So what Conte was literally bickering about and making a whole scene about, it's now like basically pointing fingers. This is what we should have been doing when Newcastle did. Because let's be honest, the Saudis came in, took over, not that much spending. Who they really bought.
Exactly. No, you're
you know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And the signings they made were basically the style that Eddie Howe wants them. Like Botman, right? Dan Burn.
Facts.
These are like proven journeymen. Botman is like that new kid coming up, and then Alexander Isak. Like that's I like the signings they were going with, and then he's bringing the best out the players down on the current team. On the other side of town, or not on the other side of town, more than now when we go to London, it is like
It's a
they
dumpster
have more,
fire.
to me, they have a way more quality players too. So I don't know what's going on over there, bro.
But even like I'm looking at Newcastle, and honestly, I'm really deep in it. This is probably the best Newcastle team that we've ever seen. Because when you go back, yeah, they had a decent team, maybe Obafemi Martins, a little mixture of good, decent teams. But this team here, I think, Brian, you said it before, it has that mix of, like, they're men. You look at Joe Linton. Mind you, you know what the perfect analogy for Newcastle is? Think of Joe Linton when he was with Steve Bruce. They used to boo him. He was like a joke man in England for a long time.
People call him flop.
They signed him for what, 40 million from Hoffenheim or something as a striker. Bro, this guy's like CDM, left center mid. You saw his goal today? His first touch went past Lloris. Like, he's the perfect analogy of Newcastle from what we've seen from, I want to say, 2013 to now. Now, the respect on his name is the respect we got to put on Newcastle. And it's honestly, for the Chelseas of the world, the cities, throw them in there too. Like, we got to, like, stand up and be like, all right, they're coming. Yeah. They could push for a league in the next at least 2 to 3 years. At least.
2 to 3, I think is reasonable.
At least.
But I think for me the most impressive thing is the recruitment.
Yeah.
Because if people remember, yes, they signed Botman, but the guy that their main target was actually Diego Carlos in the January transfer window. So like the way that they recruit is almost like remember when City did the regime in 08 and they were buying like Robinho and was linked with Kaká and Joe and like. It just felt like the recruitment was all over the place. You're buying whatever was the hot name. I think with Newcastle, bringing in culture guys that fit the coach's system, and they have players where, like someone like Anthony Gordon, right, makes the move to Newcastle. He can also get another move. So they're also buying guys with
Great point.
potential. They're not buying guys necessarily that are the finished article.
Not yet.
Not yet. But you know what's funny? Even then, I don't think they'll realistically get them. Like, I don't think a Harry Kane would choose a Newcastle United over a United. You know what I'm saying? I
Not
just
right
think
now.
there's the Giants are the Giants, and I think what Newcastle should do is don't look at themselves the way Chelsea is, United, City. I think stay in your lane, and it works.
But you know why I say no? Because their owner has 10 times the money all our owners have. I think they're the richest. Something like, I can't put an exact number, but it's at least over a couple $100 billion.
And honestly,
Like, it's scary how much bread they have.
But do you think, and we know about the English players, but I do think there are certain, when it comes to the foreigners, Chelsea's come in with 100 mil,
but that's what I was gonna get
and
into.
Newcastle goes with 100 mil.
Just gonna
Do
tell you
these
that.
foreigners would prefer to play for London?
I really
in
think
London?
it's a lucrative project. You got to look at it. The ownership comes in 2 years in, and you're already about to get Champions League ball. And I think now players pick where they could see where they're progressing at a club. Like when Haaland and Bellingham got offers from United, and it sucks to say this from a United fan, but one said nah, the Mino Raiola close, and then the other one said no, I want to start my career off in Germany. So there was like another stepping stone for them to develop.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of players are going to see the Newcastle project as I could develop there, I could actually win a title, and I could see myself grow there because of what they're doing right now. Maybe someone could disagree, right? But I personally think it's a very lucrative project because now you make Champions League ball next season. Now you could get 2 or 3 more signings that are actually solid. You could get a run in Champions League and keep that top 4. Even get an FA Cup or something.
You see that?
I agree.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I think Newcastle's doing an excellent job. We even made a reel maybe 2 years ago about Newcastle, but who would we hand over the reins to? Remember that reel?
Yeah.
I think we were right. They handed over to a guy who had a plan, who's literally, no pun intended, you build a castle brick by brick. So he's literally putting this team together player by player, and they're giving the results. And the crazy part is, when a Saudi owner comes, what's the first thing you think? Spend.
That's why.
Splash.
I agree.
And what they do? Nah, they actually did the opposite and used it smart. They're running a smart business. They're just not splashing money.
That's why
Hit
I
up
love
Todd
it a lot.
Bowley, and Todd Bowley,
Why we catching strays? Why we always gotta catch strays, bro?
Nah, because Todd Bowley comes splashing the money, and here comes the Castle. Newcastle just calmly buying. I like this player. Oh, this guy has good character, and that's how you build a team. I've been saying that from the jump.
That's the word.
I've
That's
been
the
saying
word.
that from the jump. You build a team with a mixture of great players, and that's what they have right
And
now.
I think what
And to your point, if they get Champions League ball and they do a run, bro, I can see two like about to be superstars to go there, and then at that
But
point
you know
they
what?
could compete.
But,
At
Omar,
that
you
point
s-
they could compete.
You said something. I don't think you become a title-winning perennial team, meaning multiple league titles, being a club that's for development. So you said Anthony Gordon. He sees that another step. Eventually, you don't want, like, United aren't the club they are because they're a club where people see it as a next step.
They're the final.
So you got to pick a side. Are they going to be a
I don't
Dortmund or are they
think
going to
that's
be
the thing.
a Bayern
I
Munich?
don't think they're not going for that Dortmund look because they have money. So
Exactly.
It's not but from what Brian mentioned, and I totally agree on that, it's not only Eddie Howe, but my massive big flowers here is who's actually running the club because one, you have massive financial funds. You didn't just go get any manager. Like when we see Man City first came in, it was the Mark Hughes, the Pellegrinis, the Mancini's.
yeah.
And then of course, obviously, Pep falls on your lap. You're gonna take Pep.
Right.
But they did their interviews, and we were like, you know what? We think this is the perfect guy for the
It's a
job.
project.
And they back him. And it's not like, yo, here's $500 million. Take it and spend it. I feel like they're the type to sit with him. Why are you getting him?
Yeah.
Why is this happening? Why is him? Why everything? There's a reason
To
why.
be honest, I don't even think I think they trust him.
No, but of course, everything, I feel like it's more of, it's just so organized, and the plays they go for are just so, it's not like your typical, you don't see a Neymar.
Right.
Who is the massive, their
Probably-
highlight star was Isaac, bro.
Well, Bruno in January.
But
no one knew
Isaac,
Bruno.
But he's not even a
Guimaraes.
star at the time. He was just a good player.
Yeah.
But I think Alexander Isaac was
the main
financial
guy.
name.
Yeah,
He's the biggest purchase. But
Since Alan
and,
Shearer.
but,
And
but
he's-
think about it, it's like it's him. He didn't play at a top
And
club.
he came from Sociedad.
And he didn't come from a top club.
That's what I'm saying. So the players they get, it's not, they don't need no Neymars, they don't need no Mbappes. Down the line,
It will
now
come.
These players, I know, but these players are gonna get real full potential, and when they really flourish, you're not gonna need those big star names unless you need 1 or 2 good superstar signings. I personally believe the superstar signings are killing the game. Look at the Tottenham aspect. Look at Tottenham.
Just before you go to Tottenham, give credit to Eddie Howe.
Oh,
Yeah,
of
that's
course.
Because the English coach thing is dead. Lampard, Gerrard, I think Scholes did a thing. Like he did one little Gary Neville, but Eddie Howe, he did a little thing at Oldham for a couple weeks and he got clipped. Yeah, listen, but Eddie Howe is waving the flag because forget like passion, bro. They have a style of play.
That's
I just want to give him his flowers real quick. They ball. Identity, bro. Joe Willock now. I didn't know that was. I didn't, bro.
Jacob Murphy.
I didn't know. I wasn't familiar, bro. I was not familiar. You seen his assist today with the outside of the foot?
ASM on the bench.
True, respect too.
And then Almiron coming from MLS banging.
Bro, players are getting better.
That's more to Eddie Howe's.
Of course.
Yeah, because like you said,
he was flopped.
Longstaff.
He came in.
I
love Longstaff's game. I love Longstaff.
He's gonna come to United.
He's busting that lace. He's busting that lace.
He was just some random, little English guy. Cool, but just want to give him his flowers. Eddie Howe. We'll see what's next. England manager.
But you get the Tottenham project. And it's literally what Conte was just like nagging about.
Yeah.
Is the club being ran to the ground? Because let's be honest, they had great coaches. And a lot of people pointed out Nuno as a bad coach. I really don't think Nuno's a bad coach.
No.
I think he just had limited time at Tottenham and he went from Wolverhampton, which is a build-up project, which is very similar. Wolves are very similar to Newcastle. The only thing is if Wolves get a massive backing, you could see that type of thing. So I don't feel like Nuno was the problem. Now you get Conte. You talk to Conte and Jose, bro.
Winners.
How you go wrong?
And you still have arguably one of the best players in the world. Not Son and Kane. I'm not saying they're the best players in the world, but they're definitely top 20.
Premier League.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, they're top dogs in the world.
They're definitely top.
In the world,
I'm talking top dogs. Yeah. So it's not like it's like what's going on? Like, you have money.
Isn't the sporting director stepping down?
That's a whole other situation.
That's a whole other situation.
He's stepping down supposedly.
He stepped down. He's gone. He's clear.
What do you think? Is it because they spent so much money building that stadium? Is it because they're not?
It's not a project.
Like you saw what Danny Rose said today.
Yeah.
He said, "Yo, I'm watching the game and all I'm thinking is, how am I unemployed?"
That's
you got Mr. Watford. Granted, Danny Rose in his prime was a bowler, but you got somebody watching the game thinking, "Yo, all these players look
I can
like
do better than you."
Better than you.
That's disrespect. What are you saying?
That's really wild.
Well, I was gonna say, I think so. This idea with Tottenham, the saying, the grass isn't always greener.
Yeah.
And I think when we look at Tottenham growing up,
that's what they were. Yeah.
We know what they were under Pochettino project. You want to know what was my favorite Tottenham era? Harry Redknapp. But you want to know what's funny? But did Spurs at that time have the same expectations than they do now? No. So everything Spurs was doing was, oh my God, like we're kind of overachieving. I think Tottenham as a club, and I think their fans play a huge role in this too, I think it's incredibly toxic because what's the saying that you tell me all the time, right? Comparison's the thief of joy. Yeah. And I think they're a club that constantly looks at the Giants and they want to be up there with the Giants. You're not United, you're not Chelsea, you're not Arsenal, you're not Liverpool.
Yeah.
And you're not. So it's like, that's not a knock on them, but are they closer to Newcastle, realistically as a club, than they are to the big 4 or 5?
Now it looks like they're miles away.
It's like you said, like comparison, bro. Spurs is like that kid. They got a little bit of money. Everyone in Premier League is getting money, but they got a little bit of money and they forgot who they really are.
Yeah.
But you're still
Pochettino overachieved. You're
still Arsenal's little bros. You're still Chelsea's little bros. Like you're just like cool. You're like, yeah, cool. But they just got money and now they think they're United. They think they're Arsenal. They think you're City. Like you're not him, bro.
Yeah. Those clubs are expected to win.
You're not him.
Not him is crazy.
But the from where they go to this point, the next, just like Chelsea, the next manager they appoint is crucial.
Has to hit.
Because they've been in free fall for, I want to say, at least 6-7 years.
Yo,
from the highs of Pochettino.
Comment, share.
We're going to stay giving you headaches about that.
Tag us, argue with us, hate us, love us.
Explode the comments. Who you see next taking over Tottenham?